what happened to late night comedy? Let me share screen here with this. This is from Peter Gurnis, his X account, and it starts with a video that explains a little bit what he's trying. It's very long. It's very long, but what he says here. Let's watch the beginning, and then I think we'll have Badger read it.
I am the senior vice president of late night strategy at CBS. I turned a comedian into a priest and charged advertisers to watch the congregation. In 2014, we had a genuinely dangerous comedian. We killed the character and put the real man on stage. The real man was a lecturer. Agreement is a transaction. Correction is a subscription. We converted a comedy show into a nightly.
All right. Well, let's just get.
So just to be clear, this is a satirical.
Yes.
This is okay.
In the
this is not an actual admission. What this guy does.
That'd be so nice.
Here we
He's
go.
done this for Star Wars and other things. Okay, this is a book. Let's see. I am the senior vice president of late night strategy at CBS. I can't see the sentences. Gonna have to make it a little smaller so you can see all of it.
Smaller. Oh, sorry about
the
that.
right side of the thing is.
Yes, I can do that for you. There we go.
Okay. Who turned a comedian into a priest and charged advertisers to watch the congregation. I want to be precise about what I built. Not a comedy show, a permission structure. For 11 years, 6 million Americans tuned in every night to find out what they were allowed to believe by morning. We didn't sell jokes. We sold certainty. Certainty costs nothing to produce. People will pay anything for it. We charged $50 million a year and lost money because it turns out permission is even cheaper than we thought. 2014, we had a genuinely dangerous comedian, a man who once testified before Congress in character as a fictional conservative pundit and made the entire chamber look like they'd been pantsed on C-SPAN. His fake persona was the most brilliant satire on television, layered, ironic, unpredictable. The character could say anything because nothing was real. The character was the art. The character was the comedian. We killed the character and put the real man on stage. The real man was a lecturer, earnest, thoughtful, correct about everything. Correct is not funny. Correct is not dangerous. Correct is the absence of danger. We promoted the absence of danger and called it growth. His character could make a Senate committee squirm. The real him makes an audience nod. Nodding pays the same as squirming. Nodding is easier to produce. His final words on air were, "We love doing this show for you, but what we really, really love is doing this show with you." The audience wept. I wrote that line, not the words. The architecture that made those words feel true. For 11 years, the audience believed they were participants. They were not participants. They were the product. With you is what you say to a congregation. A comedian says, "at you." We hadn't said "at you" since 2015. Our internal metric was called affirm rate. It measured the percentage of monologue segments that generated applause instead of laughter. I invented this metric. I also invented the bonus structure tied to it. In 2015, our affirm rate was 34%. By 2022, it was 94%. I received a raise every year. We are crushing it at the things I made up. That's performance management.
I think we can stop it there, Badger. This is very long. And
yes.
I quote tweeted this. It's fake. It's been going around. But here's what's
true.
What's great satire. It's all true.
Yeah.
What they did was, and this is why Colbert is off the air currently, because ratings went down so bad because it was not profitable. What they did was, and look this up, for those of you who know Noam Chomsky, it's called manufacturing consent. You're manufacturing this, what he calls jokingly the affirm rate is their metric. I mean, all this is true.
This is Jimmy Kimmel also.
Yes, yes. So I just wondered if you guys had seen it, if you have a comment on what Badger just read.
Well, Chris, you always say, people fail upwards, right? And you got Colbert. Now he's, creatively in charge of a future Lord of the Rings project. So it doesn't get much worse than that.
Yeah, well, I'm not concerned about that. I hope that never gets made. All I want to point out is what's great about this satirical post is everything in it is so accurate, and it's sad. It's just sad to me that where we're at. All right.
Well, it didn't read as satirical. That's the problem.
That's
Yeah, I didn't read it.
Yeah, it sounds real.
Yeah,
It sounded like it really happened.
that's the
I
great
just-
part of it. Is
I
it does
just
sound
wanna-
real,
Yeah,
and it's not something that we haven't heard before. Like the late night TV shows, our TV show hosts are propagandists. I mean, you saw when the whole vaccine thing was going around, you saw Stephen Colbert doing that dance. And also like when the show was over, like the official Democratic account was like, thank you. You know, they gave him like a little farewell. So yeah, it doesn't read as satirical. It's just another way to push a different talking points and tell the American public how they should think.
Alan, what you brought up a tweet.
I went to the
Alan,
numbers.
you brought up a tweet from Alan Ing.
Yes, he's a brilliant. You need to follow him at My Pal Al.
Yeah.
But I just broke down the numbers. Colbert's salary at the end was $15 million a year. Annual production costs $100 million at 200 person staff. 200 people did that.
Wow.
Annual loss 40 to 50 million. 2.4 million viewers in the second quarter of 2025. 2.4 million, and they're losing 50 million. I mean, that's a lot of money to pay for a viewer to watch you, basically.
Well, there are drinker videos that get more views than 2.4 million. That's insane.
I think when the end result is that you like can tell people what to think, who to like, who to hate, and how to live their daily lives, it would be worth it to them.
Yeah, but the problem is that rational thinking people aren't going to go for that for very long because we see through it. And I think that's the problem, is that people start to see it as propaganda more than entertainment because we have brains, Hollywood. We can't think for ourselves. And so when you start pushing propaganda in our face, we're going to immediately go, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to find something else to do with my late nights. And that's basically why late night comedy has died.
Yeah.
People got tired of it.
Yeah. And they got away with it for so long that like the loss was worth the cost. But when people started having a lot of time on their hands and sort of like woke up and been like, oh my gosh, I'm being propagandized. Like people started using their brain thinking because that's all you had to do, right? During lockdown was actually like think about things, look things up. You had time on your hands. And that's when everything just went against all their talking points.
And
People
notice who
were
we hear about, or we're hearing about all the time. It was always Jimmy Kimmel, and it was always Colbert. Seth Meyer and Jimmy Fallon are still on the air doing late night, but they're still attempting to do some shitty, antiquated version of it, not constantly push stuff. So you just don't hear about them at all because it's just off dwindling on the vine. But Colbert and Kimmel were culture warriors for the left.
Well, I'll just say that I also think certain formats are dead. Like the format of late night TV is dead. It used to, the comedy on late night TV used to resonate. Resonating is something that's in the zeitgeist. Everyone kind of can feel beneath the surface. If it's in the zeitgeist, everyone reacts the same.
Johnny Carson has a YouTube channel. I watch it all the time. Go watch Jonathan Winters or Don Rickles on there. It feels like watching like really good streams where people are interacting. It feels authentic. They don't have that anymore. Back then it was real.
I don't get why they don't downsize. Like, why not downsize to, a YouTube format, make it much cheaper and you can still invite the guests and such.
No, because Colbert cannot do what a good streamer can do, which is talk off the top of his head and be funny. That's not allowed. He's overproduced. Look, I have in my limited TV experience over a decade, actually. What am I saying? I saw stuff, and the best job was at G4. They let me actually be myself on camera. That's not really allowed on TV. If on TV, with all the personalities you see on TV, they are manufactured and fake. And people, I think, can smell that out a lot easier now.